Alrighty, let's see how protection works with Gambit. I'm really excited. I think protection is probably Gambit's, maybe his strongest build. Um, actually, aggression. Aggression is dumb with the multi attacks, but Gambit has some really cool synergies with protection. Just sitting with that base 3 defense, starting out with that is in and of itself tends to be a really strong protection hero. So I'm excited to try some more. I did the multiplayer. That was an expert card. I don't need that out there. I did the multiplayer protection build, which worked really well. I'm excited to see how it works in solo because I think it'll be a little bit better of a solo protection as well. So he has the same benefits that like Quicksilver has, Ghost Spider has, all of these that get to ready. Cap has that you get to ready going into your phase once you have the guild armor out. So that makes him very good in green. Let's see what we got. Alrighty, so up first, since we are playing on, well, I think I'd probably include it regardless, but we will add a armored vest just to bump that up to 4 defense. We want unflappable. Oh, we got a new unflappable actually. Unflappable. Looking for all the upgrades that we want to trigger whenever we defend. So this is not all on screen. So let me move these. Perfect. So unflappable, because we do plan on defending almost every single turn. And if we do that and we take no damage, we get to draw a card. Electrostatic armor deals a damage every time we defend. So that's really strong. We probably want the Night Nurse just because they're in this scenario. There are ways that we can get stunned and confused. The Night Nurse helps us with that, with dealing with those stuns and confuses, because we can exhaust the Night Nurse and remove a counter to remove that. We're gonna take 3 hard to ignores. Hard to ignore is after we defend and take no damage from an attack, we get to remove a threat from the main scheme. Now, this is probably going to be comboed with the Not Today. Not Today can target a side scheme, which is why it is so good. Hard to ignore, just targets that main scheme. We're running 3 just because it will be nice to get those in there and out onto the table soon. Also, it thins the deck. Alrighty, we've got maybe energy barriers, maybe not. Probably flow like water. I think we're going to be running a good amount of defense events. We could look at Dauntless. The problem with Dauntless, especially in this scenario, is Pyro. Pyro really messes with the Dauntless build because he's dealing that indirect damage, and so that can get bad. Alright, let's go with those for our upgrades right now. Let's take a look at our gray cards, make sure that we're not going to miss anything. We do want the doubles. We're not going to run Mutant Education or X-Men Instructions in this one. Let's go ahead and grab a Professor X for the Confuse. Probably don't need Forge. Probably don't need Moira because we're not flipping that frequently. Let's go ahead and grab X-Jet. Probably don't need X-Mansion in this one. X-Gene is probably pretty good. And let's think about Utopia. Now, let's go Flow Like Water, because we're going to be playing a lot of defense events. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, potentially 15. So let's fill in with some defense events now. Oh wait, hold on. What about Jakuta skill? That was the new one. Where is that? Here. Jakuta skill. Let's try it. I don't know if we need it. I don't know if someone with a base 3, probably 4 defense, once we get that vest out, needs that. but it could be helpful. So let's run one. Okay, and then let's find our defense events. Let's run 2 copies of Not Today. If there is anything that we will bump up to 3 copies, it probably will be Not Today. We don't need Desperate Defenses, which is kind of interesting. Desperate Defense allows you to ready, but once we have the Guild Armor out, we don't really need it. So let's look at like Preemptive Strikes. I think we got new, yeah, we got new art for Preemptive Strikes. Let's actually run 3 of those. We could go with Defiance is always a good defense card just to trigger the 2 4 just to trigger the Flow Like Water. 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16 18 20. We do want to grab, now that I'm thinking about it, we do want to grab Jocasta. Jocasta allows us to go grab a defense event. Our main target for here is going to be the Natural Agility defense event that allows us to get the counter. And I think we're not going to run Utopia, but I think we probably, Armor is really good. Armor is a good card. I think with what we're trying to do, we're not going to be running Armor though. Just because she takes 2 hits to kill her, basically. But then that's 2 hits that we're not taking. But I do like Brother Voodoo. Search the top 5 cards and get a event card. That's allowing us to draw into our damage cards. So we got what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So we got 3 more. I think I want to put those in as allies, or not allies, I'm sorry, defense events. We only have 3 allies in the or 4 allies. We got Jocasta, Brother Voodoo, Prof, and then Rogue. So yeah, let's find 3 more defense events. Then maybe Defiance. We may actually just go Not Today. 1 Not Today, and then 2 Defiances. That could work. Never Back Down worked really well in the multiplayer, but not as much here. Mutant Protectors, no, we're not running that many X-Men. Energy Barrier is also an interesting. I do like Energy Barrier. Energy Barrier gives us flexibility and prevents from those higher boost cards that will deal damage, which kind of kills our engine. Nerves of Steel is also interesting. We have X-Jet, but Nerves of Steel could work. Got 1, 2. Let's go 2 Energy Barriers. And then 1 Not Today. And let's evaluate what that looks like in terms of a Flow Like Water. Let's see how many defense events we have. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defense events. We have Jocasta that can recur those defense events. So 8, which probably means we will be able to trigger 1 each turn. Once we get built out, we will have a little bit more. I would like to have a few more in there, honestly, but I'm also happy with what this is. I think I'm happy with this. We could toss Jakuta Skill and Energy Barriers are kind of doing the same thing. Right? So we're trying to not take damage. Both of these do that just in slightly different ways. I honestly probably like Energy Barriers more here in this type of build because it deals damage back. So I do just want to run this card because it's new though. I want to play it. We got Flow Like Water. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting. We only have 6 cards that cost 2 or more in green. So we're good, not including the power ofs. We could cut a hard to ignore. I don't know if we need all the hard to ignores in there. If we cut one, which reduces consistency, but also Gambit's not horrible at reducing threat. If we cut one there, I'm trying to find one more card to cut to get a Defiance in there. 2 Defiances in there. That would make me feel a lot better. That's not one of the defensive ends. We could just cut one of the energy barriers and run 1 energy barrier. I don't like it. I don't like doing that, but we could. We could run 41 cards, but that hurts me as a person to do. So we got 3, 6, 8. 1 Defiance. We could toss a Brother Voodoo. If I'm cutting an ally, it would be Brother Voodoo. Do it. Run 41. Run 41. Okay, fine. Yeah, feels so dirty. If there's any type of build that I'm okay running over 40, it's more okay running over 40. It's probably a protection build when once we're built out, we have what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards that are on the table. What's wrong with more than 40 cards? The reason that I don't like running more than 40 cards is it reduces your consistency in your draws. So the best cards, don't call the police. I won't tell anyone, Lucas. Don't worry. The best cards typically in a hero's kit are their signature cards. So whenever you run more than 40 cards, you are drawing your signature cards less often. So statistically, it's typically always best to run 40 cards. There are edge cases, but that's why I like to run 40. Is it allows me to get to the cards that I need and the better cards quicker. Because like if I'm running 50 cards, that's 2 extra hands before I see the bottom of my deck. So if I really need, say, Unflappable or X-Gene, or let's take it to like Quicksilver. You need friction resistance. Friction resistance is the best card in this kit. It may be one of the best resource generators in the entire game. That can't be tutored. If that is my 50th card, I am playing 2 turns less than I normally would to get until I get friction resistance. And so 40 cards allows me to get that even sooner. Unless you are She-Hulk. Her hero kit is something. Yes, there are edge cases. Yeah. She-Hulk, Valk, right? There some of the heroes have cards that work better in their aspect than the hero cards. Honestly, like I think it's cool. I think it's just really, really expensive. It's really expensive, and she has a 4 hand size. I think that's the issue. I think it's a cool kit. I think it's a fun kit. It's just, is it optimal? No. Is it expensive? Yeah. Also, did they ever figure out the, I think it was the Boundless Rage, one of the dumbest cards in the game. I hope that's not Gambit stealing from the X Mansion in the card art. Oh, it's not. No. That's the school. He's stealing from the school. Does anyone have a suggestion for a mod set to run while I'm setting all of this stuff up? All right, so 1 through 4, reroll 5 or 6. 3, we got Blob coming out. After a Blob attacks and damages the character, stun that character. Blob is insane. I think he looks like really funny. Like he's just like casually throwing a car. Sci-fi. All right, let's do it. Sentinels. Let's do sci-fi. We'll do Sentinels next. How about that? Running interference. We only got 2 more games. Uh-oh. Everything is attacking the school. Brotherhood. Brotherhood is in there. That's a required set for this. Every character gains Retaliate 1 again. which honestly is not the worst thing for this protection build. Sci-fi came first, so let's do sci-fi. Where's sci-fi? There it is. Alrighty. So we need a tough here. Bandabadoon. Ugh. Bandabadoon. The Brotherhood teaming up with Bandabadoon to take on a school just is funny in my head. South Philly basement. Ooh, alrighty. It is like storming here. I don't know how the weather is everywhere else, but I was hoping to go disc golfing, but that is not going to happen because it is nasty here today. Hope it's better where everyone else is. Gambit's really fun. Both of these heroes are really fun, but I'm really enjoying Gambit. I'm excited for this game. Alrighty. Face down encounter card. Did I shuffle these? I did, but I just looked at them, so we'll shuffle again. Whenever I say Badoon in my head, it sounds like a bass riff. Badoom. Nice. Okay. We got 3. We got a hard to ignore. We got a Creole Charmer, an Energy Barrier, a Not Today, an Unflappable, and a Royal Flush. Okay. So Energy Barrier is great. We'll get rid of a Not Today. We'll keep a hard to ignore. We could keep a Creole Charmer just to keep stay down 1 turn to build, just like what we were doing last time. I kind of like that idea. We're gonna get rid of a Royal Flush. Energy Barrier is nice, and Unflappable is definitely being played, so probably not Energy Barrier. If we draw into this, we would need a double in order to pay for everything. I could also just toss a hard to ignore. Unflappable is going to be better than a hard to ignore. Let's see what we draw into, and we may just roll up. Got a charge card, a Not Today, and another hard to ignore. We could just have some fun and just start getting built out. Blob's attacking for 2. We would have to stun a character because we're probably taking damage off of that attack. Hydrate. Right now, we only really need 1 hard to ignore. Because once we roll up, ideally, we're only placing 1 threat here. Flip up, mix it up. I like that. Okay. So if we do that, we only really need 1 hard to ignore. May hang on to Not Today. Now we're just gonna drop hard to ignore because threat is gonna be, if we lose, it's probably gonna be the threat in this type of scenario. So hard to ignore helps. We've already passed a Not Today, so let's go ahead and just do that. Okay, let's drop these 3. Let's go ahead and use our ability. We should have done this first, because then we would have known what we were gonna go. Okay, we'll discard a boost card of 3, remove 1 threat. We'll flip up to Gambit. We'll get a charge counter, and hopefully draw into a defense event. Let's stand up. Preemptive Strike, beautiful. X-Gene, should have stayed down. Creole Charmer. So that's 3. Charge card is 4, and Flow Like Water. Sweet. We will add Blob's attacking us for 2 + 2. We know it's 2. So let's go ahead and toss a charge card to play a Preemptive Strike. Well, let's defend. Preemptive Strike. So we cancel the 2. Actually, this is an interrupt. When the boost card is turned face up, so the 2 knocks the tough. Then we retaliate 1 against Blob, who has 19 else, so he should be at 18 now. Should be at 18. And then hard to ignore is trigger. I guess only 1 triggers. And then unflappable triggers to draw us into an energy barrier. Alright. 2 encounter cards. First one is Hopping Mad. Toad activates against you if he's not in play. Search encounter deck and discard power for the Toad minion and reveal him. Alrighty, Toad is coming. Oh shoot, this is Toad. This sci-fi is the one with all the doubles. I forgot about that. So we got like Toad 2.0. That's cool. Okay, that's fun. That's fun. I like that. Okay, and we've got Homo Superior. So Toad is now a 8 minion. Attach to a minion and give it a tough status card. Gross. Well, that's annoying. Alrighty. So we got Gambit here. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to trigger it hard to ignore. Just because I want to use Creole Charmer. So. Okay. So let's flip down to Remy. Actually, first let's get a counter. Then we'll flip down. We'll use an energy barrier to play. You know what? No, we're going to use Flow Like Water to play X-Gene. We will exhaust X-Gene, toss a, well, okay, it doesn't really matter. Toss a energy barrier to play Creole Charmer. So remove 3. If it removes the last, then confuse. And then we'll stand. I just really wanted to get X-Gene. Gambit staff is huge. That's part of the entire build. Professor X, strength. Natural agility. Wish I would have drawn that, not now. And energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Molecular. Oh my gosh, we have some money. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a little unfortunate. That's fine. We'll go 1 here. Blob is going to scheme, but he is confused. Toad is going to scheme for 2. Did Blob take retaliate damage? Yes, he did. Yeah. So I preemptive strike, which knocked the tough off, and then he starts at 19, drops down to 18. You defeat them. They return as robots. That's fun. I like that. Yeah. Alrighty. Our encounter card is Groundswell. Avalanche activates against you if he's not in play. Searching encounter deck. Cool. This is what we want. We want all of the. We want them out now. We want all of the. We want them all now. Also, I'm ready. Okay. Everyone has retaliate. I don't know what to do with this hand. Well, we got Prof. I mean, okay, let's flip up to Gambit. We'll go molecular acceleration. Well, let's get a counter first. Let's do this. We'll go molecular acceleration. We'll get a counter. And I guess energy to play Professor X. We will confuse Blob. Prof will go ahead and thwart 3 off of the main. We'll take 1 consequential. Let's go ahead and drop Gambit's staff here using a strength. We're going to keep natural agility just because I want to build up those counters. And let's go ahead and Toad's annoying. Let's hit Avalanche for 2, and then I will take 1. Stand up. We're gonna hang on to natural agility. Are we? Are we gonna hang on to natural agility? We don't need natural agility right now. So we're gonna have Prof block Blob. I will block Toad. We'll take 3 to the face. So we don't need the natural agility. So I'd rather draw into the cards we need. Alright. Ooh, charge card is big. Armored Vest is nice. Electrostatic Armor is nice. Thieves Guild, 2, 4. And Jocasta. Alright. So we got 1 here. Blob's going to attack for 2. Prof is going to block plus 2. Prof dies. Nope, Prof goes away. Toad is going to attack. We will Gambit Staff to knock off the Tough. We will block. Unflappable triggers, so we get to draw into the Night Nurse. Hard to ignore triggers, so we get to remove 1. And then Avalanche is going to hit us for 3. And we don't have a character to exhaust. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. And then also Retaliate. Okay. So let's go. We get 1 counter. So we're up to 5. Toad has 7 health left. So let's go X-Gene and Thieves Guild to play charge card for 3 to kill Toad. Piercing range does not really matter, but all that good stuff. Let's go Jocasta for the Night Nurse. Nope, Jocasta for Electrostatic Armor, Night Nurse for Armored Vest. We're probably flipping down. Confused 1. Yeah, let's flip down. And we'll stand up. So I'm at 5 health, so. There it is, Gambit's Guild Armor. Let's go. Brother Voodoo. Rogue, nice. Preemptive Strike, 1, 2, 3, 4. Defiance. X-Jet. Okay, sweet. Add 1. Blob's confused. Avalanche adds 1. Encounter card is Blob 3.14. So Blob 3.14 cannot take more than 2 damage from each attack. Yikes. He's a 1/1. He's annoying. That's what he is. I think we're going to heal here. Let's go ahead and heal for 3. 1, 2, 3. Or we could kill Avalanche instead of healing. Let's do that. Let's 1, 2, 3. We'll flip up, we'll attack and kill Avalanche. Cool. We will get a card or a charge counter. Defiance will play Rogue. I love the pie reference. Yeah. It's great. It's great. Let's hold off on Rogue real quick. We got Brother Voodoo, Preemptive Strike, and Defiance. We'll play the X-Jet. X-Jet will play Guild Armor. And we will stand up. Okay. We got Genius. Natural Agility, big. Molecular Acceleration, 2, 4. Preemptive Strike. Okay. Sweet. So we've got 1 here. What a board. Yeah, right? We're not quite done. We got Flow Like Water that we want to play. We've got, I guess, our allies. Yeah, and a couple of energy barriers that we passed on. But We're getting there. Okay. So, Blob's attacking for 2 plus a boost card. We will defend with a natural agility, so we are defending for 8 plus 2. So we take no damage. Electrostatic armor and retaliate hits Blob for 2. 1, 2. Hard to ignore trigger. We get to remove 2. Unflappable triggers. We get to draw a card. To Defiance. Guild armor triggers. We get to ready. Alrighty. Blob 3.14 is going to attack. We will exhaust Gambit's staff to deal 1 damage to Blob 3.14. He's attacking for 1. Do we care? We're at 5. Yeah, we do. We'll defend, which does 2 more damage to Blob 3.14. Boom. And we're good. Given how Gambit is the thief, he really towed the line between hero and villain. Nice, nice. Our encounter card is Master Plan. We don't have a side scheme, so let's go find something else for us to do. The Brotherhood comes in with 5. I think I only put 3 on that last time, so I think I messed up. I think I missed the Hinder. Oh well. Okay, so we got some stuff to do now, so that's kind of exciting. Okay, so let's get a counter. Rogue is free. Yeah. So Rogue is free. She has tough. We'll knock off the tough. We'll have her thwart 2 here. Want to get rid of that as quickly as possible. We're gonna toss the entire hand except for molecular acceleration. We do. I think we have another natural agility. No, we've seen both of our natural agilities. I mean, we should be fine. We will be resolving 3 encounter cards, which is not ideal. We got Shakuda skill, Royal Flush. Not today. Not today. Not today is nice. Gambit is having a staff meeting. Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's stand up. Everyone stands up. Everyone stands up. We continue to draw until we get another Not Today. Ooh, actually, oh shoot, Not Today is excellent because we can throw 2 Not Todays and clear the hazard before we. I like Not Today. Not Today is great. Let's add 1 here. Blob's going to attack for 2 plus a boost card. We will defend for 4. Let's use X-Jet and a Royal Flush to play 2 Not Todays. So we're defending for 8. 2 plus 2. We take no damage. So we get to remove here. Brotherhood is defeated. That goes away. 2 hard to ignore trigger, so we get to remove that. We defended and retaliate, so 2 damage to Blob. And Guild Armor stands us up. Unflappable draws us a card. Why do we keep drawing doubles? Today I learned that Cyclops is trying to make amends with his X gene. Keep them coming. Let's go. Okay. So Blob is going to attack. Gambit staff will trigger. We will go ahead and defend here, which will kill Blob. Alrighty. We've got Protect the Students. When defeated, the player defeats this scheme, searches their deck and discard pile. I also didn't do that. I'm ready for my when defeated tokens to come in. Because once those come in, hopefully at least I will have less of an excuse to remember the when defeated abilities. I guess that's a good ability, so me forgetting it hurts me. Okay. So my turn. We're gonna go one. We're gonna go molecular acceleration for Jakuta skill for 3 uses. Rogue will go ahead and thwart 2 here. Do we even hang on to energy? I think we do. We probably hang on. We'll stand up. Rogue gets damage. Got genius. No, too many doubles. Too many doubles. Charge card. And not today. Not today is nice. When your hero defends against an attack, after your hero defends, so this could work, right? Not today can take here, which then can remove. Not today is an incredible card for justice or for protection. Really, really good prints, and something that we will probably be including going forward in pretty much all of our builds. Let's go 1 here. Blob's going to attack us for 2. We'll X-Jet and go not today. So we will defend for 6. Attach this card to a minion and give it a tough status card. There is no minion. And so we trigger all of that good stuff. We defended, took no damage, and not today. So this gets removed, meaning that we can trigger a hard to ignore, which removes 1 here because the crisis is now gone. We will trigger Gambit staff, to hit Blob. Electrostatic armor, retaliate. Guild armor stands us up. Unflappable draws us a card. Cool. That card is an auto include in a go. Oh yeah, Ghost Spider loves that card. Not today is a protection staple. Definitely thought that the moment I saw. Yeah. It's so good. It is so good. It's gonna be right up there with like the desperate defenses, especially for solo. Right. I don't know if you need it in non-solo games, like in a multiplayer setting. I'm not 100% sure you need it, especially if you have a Justice player at the table. Maybe I would probably in a multiplayer setting probably run the what is hard to no what is the stun one? Multiplayer setting, we're probably running Never Back Down over. If there's a Justice player, we're probably running Never Back Down over a preempt or over a not today, just because you can protect the next player at the table, and then the Justice player can do what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, our encounter card, Shadows. Oh no, Shadows comes in. Whatever shall we do? Belladonna comes in with Quick Strike and Toughness. And after she attacks and defeats a character, place 2 threat on the main scheme. So let's go ahead and we'll defend here. So we take no damage. We'll knock the tough off. And then we'll deal 1 from Electrostatic. Yep. We'll reveal the side scheme, which is after an assassin character attacks and defeats a character, place 2 threat there. I like this Nemesis set. I think it's a cool one, especially because like it is so dangerous for like the quick strikes. They're coming in, they're hitting pretty tough when they are pretty hard when they come in. But a lot of Gambit builds have you in alter ego like every other turn, so there's a good chance you don't get the quick strike, which is kind of fun. That comes in with 4. And we need an acceleration token. Boom. Blob's at 11. Let's go. We'll get a counter. I'm about to run out of counters. No, we're good. Let's go molecular acceleration. We get a counter to play charge card. We'll remove 3. So it deals 7 overkill and all that good stuff. So 4. So 3 rolls to Blob. 1, 2, 3. Rogue will go ahead and thwart 2 here. And we're going to toss a Genius. I'm going to hang on to the Defiance. We're not going to hang on to the Defiance. There's no reason for us to hang on to this Defiance. Okay, we'll stand up. If we had Flow Like Water, we would be hanging on to the Defiance. But if we absolutely need to, we have Jakuta skill, so we can guarantee that we perfect defend. Do you think the Assassin's Guild has a creed by any chance? Probably, yeah. There's our Flow Like Water. There's our Defiance back. Okay. Prof. And Energy Barrier. Should have hung on to that double. So we will add 2. Blob's going to attack us for 2. Let's go ahead and we will defend for 4 with the Jakuta. So minus whatever. Gambit staff is going to deal a damage. If they have a villain is Avalanche, he is not. So we take no damage. So hard to ignore trigger. We'll get to remove 2. We electrostatic armor. We retaliate. Unflappable triggers. We get to draw a card into another energy barrier. And guild armor triggers, so we get to ready. This is why Gambit is so good in protection. You protect. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This card, Gambit's guild armor, is so good, so good. Our encounter card is Caught Off Guard. Discard a upgrade or support that we control. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Jakuta skill. Okay. Rogue should be ready. Okay, let's get a counter. Let's go in energy for a Flow Like Water. Where am I putting all this stuff? Let's go X-Jet, Professor X for an energy barrier. And Rogue will go ahead and knock this out. And Blob is sitting at 5. We're going to deal Defiance for 1. Retaliate is 2. Electrostatic armor is 3. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's attack. Take him down to 3. I guess we'll take him down to 2. No, I'll keep the counter on energy barrier. We'll take the retaliate. With this much buildup, you aren't flowing like water. You're hitting like ice. Yeah, I should have had Iceman in this deck. We're gonna hang on to Defiance. We're gonna toss energy barrier. Let's hang on to energy barrier. Let's ready. Oh, we also have Gambit staff. We have love this build. We got natural agility, huge Creole charmer, and preemptive strike. 2, 4, 5. Alrighty. So many things happening. Let's go. We're gonna add just 1 because that is gone. Blob's gonna hit us for 2 plus a boost card. We will Gambit staff to hit him for 1. And let's go ahead and I want to get a energy barrier on the table. We can pretty much do that. There's no reason for me to play natural agility at this point. It's 2. We're defending for 4. Let's play Defiance. I could play a lot more cards, but the problem is that he is going to be at 2. And so there's no reason for me to like retaliate because it is a different name villain. I'm pretty sure that all that stuff does not trigger. Because it's no longer like the attacking character. So this just gets discarded. Oh, we would have had to take 2 indirect damage. I'm glad we did that. We will stand up, do all of this good stuff. Unflappable triggers, drawing into a charged card, and then Blob dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. Avalanche. After Avalanche attacks you, exhaust an ally you control. Joke's on you. I don't have any allies. Except for Rogue. I guess Rogue would be the only ally that I would play. No, Jocasta I would play, but hers is a win entering play ability, so it doesn't really matter. And he gets tough. Encounter card is Avalanche 9.0. Oh, sweet. So we got the Avalanches over here. Professor LeBeau's Thief class must be popular. Yeah. After Avalanche 9.0 engages, you exhaust a character that you control and deal 1 damage to that character. So that's going to be Gambit and 1 damage. Gross. Actually, we're going to take the energy barrier, heal, and throw 1 back at Avalanche 9.0. No, we're going to throw it and knock the tough off. Just kidding. Because I have charge card, which overkills, I want to actually get that overkill to do something. Okay. So let's go ahead and get a counter. Go X-Gene, X-Jet for charge card. We will remove 3, so overkill. So it does 7 damage, 2 rolls over to Avalanche. 1, 2. We'll go Creole Charmer and Preemptive Strike for a energy barrier. We're going to hang on to the natural agility. And we will stand up. Feeling pretty good. And we've got Thieves Guild. That's money. Jocasta is going to be nice. Royal Flush, 2, 4, 5. Royal Flush, we'll see. We'll see where we're at. But we'll place 1. Avalanche is going to attack us for 4 plus a boost card. We will use natural agility to defend. So we get 1 when we're defending. So we are now defending for 10. Gambit's staff is going to deal him 1 damage. Do I want to do that? Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is I could Royal Flush for 9. Natural agility does 1, 2, 3. Takes him down to 12. And then I can basic attack for 3. Or for 5. Oh, we're good. We're fine. Okay. So yeah, we will natural agility that. 4 plus 2. We do all the good stuff. So we go here. Flow like water does a damage. Electrostatic armor does a damage. Retaliate does a damage. Unflappable draws us a card. Guild armor triggers. We get to ready. Feeling pretty good. All right. Encounter card is Hopping Mad. Toad activates against you. He is not around, so we have to go find Toad and reveal him. But Toad is probably going to be by himself because I think Avalanche is dead this turn. So Avalanche has 12 health left. Cool. So let's add 1. We'll go X-Gene and Strength to play Royal Flush. We'll remove 3, and then we will get a discount of 1, so we're going to end up with 5. That's going to be 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 1 Retaliate, we will go here, throw it back. We'll attack with Gambit. Royal Flush is incredibly powerful. Royal Flush is it is so easy to get these charge counters on Gambit that what I have, especially in protection, what I like to do is sustain, and then you can push through like that, right? If we basic attacked with 3 more charge counters, that's 5 damage. And then so Royal Flush plus the charge counters, if you have 5 charge counters, you play Royal Flush, you can deal 14 damage in a turn with a basic activation and a 3-cost card. So it's incredibly powerful. That gets so close to taking out so many stages of different villains. And then the other good thing about building these charge counters up is Rogue. Right? You get a 0-cost toughness ally, a 2/2 toughness ally for free. And so building up the charge counters and holding on to them, I think I enjoy that playstyle more. Not necessarily trying to utilize them every single turn, but use the charge counters to build up. And then also his natural agility, right? We're defending for 10, right? We can guarantee a perfect defend, even outside of protection, right? Natural agility, once you have 4 charge counters, a basic defend is 7 defense. So you're good. And Gambit's guild armor is outside of protection. That's a kit card, so you get to stand up. and you get another charge counter. Gambit's really good. Gambit's really good and a lot of fun. But I think it's not necessarily a trap. I don't. I'm gonna say this and not mean it, but I think it may be a trap to use your charge counters on every single attack. That actually may be a true statement. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but I think Gambit can be good if you use your charge counters every single attack. I think Gambit can be insanely powerful if you are strategic on when you use those charge counters, just because so much of his kit plays off of those charge counters. And if you can just maintain 4 charge counters or 3 charge counters to make sure that you're getting those defensive 7, those free rogues, Gambit can be incredibly strong every single deck pass. I like it. We got one more. We got one more deck where we're not even going to utilize the charge counter mechanic. Now that I talked about how cool they are, we're going to go into the Justice build, which we will not be flipping up. Well, the idea is we're not going to be flipping up the hero at all. So let's see how that goes. I'm excited to try it. I will be right back. We're going to clean up a little bit, and we will see you soon.